lipped there. Streamlabs has caused me some grief before. So that just happens from time to time. Thank you for the follow, Deity. Really appreciate it, man. Now, let's transport ourselves back into Miss Ruby's Skull Temple so that we can all watch her intro cutscene together. Oh, that's the worst. We are live now, though, right, Seth?
Wait, I'm still... Yeah.
Great. Okay, so, as I said, Miss Ruby's boss battle is made a lot harder than it originally was, or ever was intended to be, due to an issue with the port.
Yeah, well, you give me the creeps too, lady. Cooking up an army of ghosts isn't a very neighborly pastime.
Oh, Sly, I see your mouth moving, but all I
This is the re-release on PlayStation 3. Yepperoni.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if Jaws need to flap,
Deity, everything is mistimed here, isn't it? Not exactly. It's very slight, but it can be tricky. Oh, which means I might as well, explain. Miss Ruby's boss battle is a rhythm game. A very simple one. Here's how it works. After we make our way over to her and land a hit, she has no real means of self-defense at close range other than slamming her tail on the ground to create a shockwave. She's going to teleport away, and we will then be locked into a sequence where she will chant and cast a series of sigils at us in the shape of the PlayStation face buttons icons. And we will then need to replicate her chant in order to dodge the sigils. Once you learn the new timing, which it's been years, so I've got no idea whether or not I will easily, it ain't too bad.
Come back here. You can't run away.
So you see those roosters?
Every those cocks.
Indeed, all of the bouncing cocks. Every blow we land will cause her to sacrifice a bunch of them in exchange for teleporting elsewhere.
Game I like to play with all my annoying guests. I want to see how well you pay attention.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll unleash my mighty mojo magic upon you. If you repeat what I do, you'll dodge it just
Again,
fine.
like several of these bosses, she's fairly sporting, even explaining the rules of the game.
A little voodoo Simon Says, huh? Sounds easy enough.
Here we go. There we go. Thankfully, you also get a visual indicator. Okay. I may or may not get this. Okay, on to phase 2. So that at least gives us a solid jumping off point if we die. Here we go. So now we're going to be jumping up along these torches as she destroys one at the end of almost every sequence of glyphs. No, no, there we go. Daddy says the moves in Thievius Raccoonus made through history get crazy. Yeah, yeah. Oh no, we start the whole thing from the beginning, never mind.
Aww.
And yeah, with the timing being slightly off, like the synchronization of her movements and the movements of the glyphs with the soundtrack, this is gonna be a little tricky. In the original game, Ms. Ruby really isn't that bad. Here, she's probably the hardest boss in the game. There we go. Oh, damn it! Yeah, the problem is the timing is just slightly off, meaning if you fall, and it's easy to do, into a pattern of, like, timing your button presses by the soundtrack, you will die. Just please give me a horseshoe at some point. This game also has adaptive difficulty, as Potato mentioned during the podcast yesterday, or like Potato mentioned in the podcast yesterday.
Crash Bandicoot was one of the first ones who did that.
Never
even
the first
knew.
one, I believe. There we go. Oh, shit, how? How am I somehow off timing? I'm pressing my, or spacing my button presses out at exact same intervals. It feels almost like the intervals that elapse between certain glyphs reaching you actually change mid-sequence here, which they did not in the base game. Oh, shit! Yeah, originally this is actually very easy. Now we've got a horseshoe, that's something. Okay. Oh yeah, now that I can hear it, the timing's actually way off. Because originally, every one of our dodges are supposed to be synced up to the horns in the background, and I don't know if you're watching on Twitch, Seth, but they're not remotely.
Oh no. Yeah. Oh, I just got reminded of Everhood. I never beat the game.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. Oh, shit, that's so far off. You may also notice that this is long as hell.
Yep. Seems very tedious.
Yep. There we go. Last phase. This time we're going to be riding up one of the... riding Clarence on up to Ms. Ruby. There we go. There we go. Almost there, friends. And she's down.
You certainly got some rhythm right.
All right.
But
That was a strange end to a very strange stage.
Panda King. He's tough. With a cat.
Oh yeah, we're heading to my favorite setting in the game next.
You go poking around his
Which one?
stronghold in China,
The Kunlun Mountains in China.
likely to get
Ah!
Yeah, well, if he's anything like the rest
To face
of
the
us,
ace demolitionist, the Panda King.
Ms. Ruby's
Because,
section
of course.
Devious Raccoonus held notes from my
Panda
pioneering
King.
ancestor, Slighton Common. His invisibility technique.
Yeah,
allowed
now
him
we
to
get
escape from
a
police
skill that
officers
lets us
in
just
the
straight
open.
up go invisible.
Right on schedule, Inspector Fox's arrival cued my exit. The production of zombies, made illegal in the World Peace Accord of '71, earned Ms. Ruby a life sentence behind bars.
Latin hottie
While the gang
bust.
and I enjoyed a few weeks in the tropical sunshine,
Latin
working on our
hottie.
tans in preparation for our next
Deity says, at least it's not the weirdest gameplay change I've seen happen. Timing stuff can definitely get messed up, especially with how weird the PS2 was. Yeah, I'll give you that one. So our next chapter has also probably my favorite color palette out of the lot. Golds and purples predominate the Kunlun Mountains. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna grab a drink and hit the restroom really quickly, then I'll be back with you to tidy this game up. We've probably got like an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes left, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right with you.
Nice.
And of course, a huge thanks to Seth for sticking with us quite late into the night over there.
Well, it's 10:30 right now, so no biggie. Welcome back.
Ooh, thank you, thank you. Alright, Seth, do you remember anything at all about this stage?
No. That was a really long time ago that I played this game.
Monkeys. Lots of monkeys.
Travel plans to China have all been.
And snow.
Jon
The
Snow?
road trip gave me the time I needed to study up on
Unfortunately not.
Panda King.
Look at this guy, though. It's also a fireworks
Born
theme.
penniless, he was fascinated by the fire.
Persistent throughout the entire chapter.
Aww.
He spent a decade learning the art. But when he tried to offer his fireworks to the noblemen, they couldn't see past his shabby clothes and chased him away. Humiliated, the Panda King took revenge on those who shunned him by using the very tools of his art for crime. The Fiendish Five recruited him as their demolitions expert, and from then on, his explosive touch became feared worldwide. He's rumored to be perfecting some new firework technique high in the unstable Kunlun Mountains of western China.
Welcome to Chapter 4. Or Episode 4. Fire in the Sky. I love these little, like, cartoon splash screens we get before every chapter, don't you? Really makes it feel like you're playing a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
Alright, here's our intro stage. 30 clue bottles, alright. Let's start off fighting some mandrills, I think. And our coins here are engraved with the image of a very stylized bear claw. Suitable. So, anybody who is overly familiar with me or my content, my presence here on the internet, knows I'm a massive Xenophile. I adore, like, the culture and especially the aesthetics of China. And this stage, even though obviously it's using a very stereotypical mishmash of tropes from Imperial China, does scratch that itch for me. Also has pretty well hidden clue bottles in a couple places, if I recall, so forgive me if I take a bit too much time poring over the terrain. Wait, no, we've already got 7:30. That's pretty good. You'll notice the game has quite a few stages, but they're not terribly long, any of them.
Would you look at that? A fireworks show! Oh my gosh, that's awful! That poor village just got buried in freezing snow!
The rocket came from that giant statue. And you can bet the Panda King lit the fuse. I've got to find my way up there and fast.
Yeah, so the Panda King just demolished an entire village beneath an avalanche for no reason.
Wow.
That's our introduction to him. He's slightly less cartoony evil than most of our other villains. And I'm quite certain we'll beat the game today because the 5th chapter is a little irregular and very, very short, comparatively speaking. There's no clue bottles, there's no collectibles to speak of, really. Oh, we've certainly gotten quite a lot of verticality in very little time, haven't we? Okay. Let's see. Obviously can't go through there. So just make sure we avoid the icicles, and we should be just fine. And indeed, we are just fine. Ah yes, for what it's worth, we can go invisible now, as long as we remain perfectly static by holding down the circle button. Observe. Or maybe not now, as we have these large monkeys rolling smaller monkeys at us in balls of snow. Let's see. Any clue bottles over here? None? Well, alright then. Oh my god, this is actual Chinese script. but I'm so rusty I can read practically none of it. One thing I can do, though, is swat off a bunch of fireworks to get some coins and create a lovely visual display.
Yeah, look at the shiny.
And also use them for breaking and entering.
Of course.
I mean, really, it's a Sly Cooper game. That's the ultimate end of everything in this franchise.
Breaking.
Here are our flashlight guards, lantern-toting apes that will throw an endless supply of curved swords at us. If they detect us. Which they shan't! I love this cane, man.
That rhymes.
Can incapacitate anything with a single swing. The game's environments have all been very distinct, haven't they? Like, not only does each chapter feel unlike any other, or look unlike any other, but individual stages within those chapters feel quite distinct from one another. I really like that. Something we saw less and less of in AAA game design as time went on, right? That's one area where my ancient crotchety ass is going to blame, like, the popularity of open world games again, right? Because I think there was this greater push for not only graphical realism, but for designing worlds that felt quote-unquote natural, as if, you know, Biome A, the forest, blended so neatly into the hills and the grasslands, and that flowed neatly into the beach, right? Like, having zones, areas that felt like they just naturally connected to one another, instead of, hey, here's a really cool idea for an audio-visual sensory experience in a, like, little segregated stage.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Am I making any sense at all?
No, I know what you mean.
Deity says, no, that even happened back in FPS games too. Well, yeah, sure. But those were games that focused far less on world building, generally speaking, than games like this, or even early on open world games kind of tried to do. Using fireworks to open paths of progression is never unsatisfying. But we have...
And when that fails, use dynamite.
Indeed. We haven't even half of the clue bottles we need, though, so we'll need to gather them up from this walled garden. These very acrobatic monkeys. Oh, along with the treasure key, of course, it's also here. Yeah, just that little thing, that thing we need. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. We've seen this song before. It's just like the first stage of Miss Ruby's chapter. Only with the guards in a slightly easier to exploit pattern, I believe. There we are. We alerted them, but fortunately they cannot find us. There we are. Down to the last two. And there we go. So yeah, almost all of this stage's clue bottles are just clustered into this one tiny area. It's quite odd. But I mean, I guess so much of the stage is spent pressed up against walls sidling around that it wouldn't make sense to have them anywhere else. Now let's grab our treasure key and then go grab our vault. One of the last in the game, believe it or not. And as I said, we won't be seeing vaults anywhere near as frequently in the rest of the series. They're just handled differently. Now, just to make this a little bit easier, now we can use the fast, like I think mental concentration technique, to just speed things up a little bit.
Press the circle to enter the vault code.
Alright, we've
I got a
pressed
real
the circle.
headache figuring this one out. Input 578.
578, gotcha.
Nice.
And what do we
Easy
get
lemon squeeze.
in return? Deity says the shading stuff with the art style is very nice. It makes it look dark without actually being, dark or all that.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Better and
They're using like a pseudo cel-shaded like comic book art style.
Cooper
Mm-hmm,
developed a
yeah.
technique to move while staying invisible. Hold down the circle.
Okay, so by default we cannot move while invisible, but in the very first stage after gaining the invisibility technique, we get an upgrade that allows us to move around, albeit slowly while invisible. So one of the only drawbacks of this move has been ameliorated entirely. Well, hey. I mean, granted, we move very slowly, but still. And welcome to the Panda King's fortress. It is gorgeous.
Yep.
And at least compared to what we've seen so far, I don't want to say this chapter's much harder than the third one. It might even be slightly less so, actually. It does have a lot, and I mean a lot of mini-games, though.
Nice job breaking into the Panda King's compound. I think I figured out a way to get to the top of that giant statue. But unfortunately, it's obstructed by this reinforced ceiling hatch.
No problem. They seem to have plenty of firepower around here.
And even though this is
A few more treasure keys.
or the
to
game's
get
been given a visual upgrade for the remaster, you could still tell that the original textures and all look fantastic to this day. Like, it's aged very well. Okay, there's the Flamin' Temple of Flame.
Deity says, clue bottles are fun. Imagine leaving 20 to 40 clues for yourself in case you forget the combination or need someone else to open it.
I mean, I feel like I would need that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, we've got our first announcement from the Panda King, whose voice is amazing.
Sadly, he can't finish not to pay for Avalanche protection service, and so I am forced to bury alive under many tons of snow. Please be on guard for any surviving villager that come looking for revenge. Thank you. That is all.
You may notice there's one little problem with the Panda King, though. Did you catch it, Seth?
Nope.
He's got a beautiful, like, sonorous bass voice, but he speaks in broken English.
Ah,
He's
yeah.
the only character in the entire game who does.
Eh.
Yeah, no, he explained his actions by saying something like, outlying village has decided not to pay avalanche protection fee. And it's like,
Oh, wow.
why? So you know, the Panda King has a couple cameos later on elsewhere, and he does not talk like that anywhere else. I mean, good on them for catching it, I guess, but why? Why do you make the Chinese character the only one who doesn't speak English? Like, you know, fluent English, I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, never mind. Let's take on our first minigame, which I think is, yeah, it's another Murray turret section. Or Murray protection turret section.
Murray's all fired up to make the run for the key. While on the blasting station, use the left analog stick to aim and the square button to fire.
Right on. I'll keep him covered.
I'm going in, Sly.
Okay, so I want to say, oh, our Lucky Charms transfer over to Murray. I forgot about that. Well, we've definitely got this then. All we have to do is shoot the warriors with the nunchucks, and Murray should be a-okay. There will be flashlight guards again a bit later on, but
Bingo!
nothing to worry about.
Oh no!
You ever tried to use nunchucks before?
Nope.
I have no earthly idea how people manage it. You need a lot of momentum.
Same. Not only momentum, but like hand-eye coordination, and I just can't do that.
And like upper body strength to actually get the kind of speed you need. Like you've got to put some force into those suckers.
Oh, thanks!
Yep.
Oh, Murray. At least you always alert us with a yelp and a jump every time you see something remotely threatening. That's handy. There you go, Murray. You got this. Almost home free, buddy. This is a lot of people willing to die for their boss's house key, isn't it?
Yup.
I know I'm not that dedicated.
Nope.
Oh no, so now we're going to be swarmed by flashlight guards. Who are quite literally crawling out of the woodwork. Wow. Tag him. Tag him.
Tag him.
That is a lot of flashlight guards, Murray. There you go. Very nice. Quick and easy. Simple. Oh, Seth, did you ever finish Octopath Traveler?
Nope. I finished just one path for Tressa, and that was it.
You think you'll go back for the others later?
Yeah, I got kind of burnt out.
Oh, I understand that entirely. So, welcome to the Flaming Temple of Flame, a martial arts dojo secluded in the mountains. Also, potentially a redundancy dojo, but that's not been confirmed.
Despite its temple-like facade, this place is really some sort of training ground. Stay on your toes.
Well, Bentley, it's not exactly a temple-like facade. Lots of temples, especially those associated with ascetic orders, actually do serve as training grounds for various martial arts or other physical disciplines. The more you know. Here we've got these slowly scrolling laser grids. Just smash the alarm to deactivate them. You know how this goes. There's very few
And
clue
smash
bubbles
the
here.
subscribe button while you're at it.
Yes, indeed.
Sorry, Fatima.
Oh, I need to get an air horn for moments like that. Whip out an air horn or like that YouTube-friendly ukulele.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh god, I hate the ukulele. YouTube has made me hate the ukulele, which is
Yeah. Same.
just absurd. I love the fact that according to Potato, like, thanks to Twitch's copyright recognition, there was, like, ukulele and xylophone music playing over Metallica during
Oh, yeah, of
BlizzCon.
course. Yeah, that was really like, what?
A bold new direction for the band, right?
Yeah, of course.
Be careful, there's Kunoichi monkeys up ahead. And now there are not. Alright, all we've got to do, I believe, in this stage is climb to the top of the temple and secure our treasure key from the pinnacle. That's right, it's not the Panda King's treasure key any longer, it's already our treasure key. We've claimed it. So we will never be able to, or be forced to actually fight these nunchuck-wielding monkeys. They are enemies exclusively in that one Murray stage. However, We could still jump up there and knock them off of their perches if we so choose. No real reason to do so, but also no real reason not to do so. There we go. These are massive nunchucks, ain't they? They also look disarmingly like very large AA batteries. It's an interesting promotion for Radio Shack. I'm also cutting them all down because we're going to be spending quite a bit of time in this atrium gathering clue bottles and the like, and I'd rather not hear their voice clips playing endlessly. If I can get this one. Oh my god, yeah, that's frustrating. Stop. Maybe from here we can get just enough extra height to... There we go! And the hall falls silent. As it should.
Mwahaha.
Any other clue bottles? No. Plenty of them up in the rafters, though. We can ring the gong. Not that it does anything, but we can. They give you that freedom. Quite a few clue bottles over here on the balcony. It's not our target, though. Our target, behind these crumbling little ears, all of these clue bottles over here, and I don't forget that there are a handful we have not gathered on an upper level of the approach to the temple. I don't think we could access it quite yet, or access them quite yet. I think we might be able to drop down and then ride a firework-powered elevator back up. Seth, have you been crocheting anything lately?
Not really. I mean, the last thing that I'm doing now is another Hollow Knight doll since I sold the last one, so...
There you go,
Yeah.
there you go.
Just when I have always one in storage.
Always keep a Hollow Knight in the chamber.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds so wrong.
They sold pretty well though, right?
Oh yeah. I have increased the price now a little bit because I think I underpriced it by quite a lot. So now it's from 15 euros, it went up to 20.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I would still pay that. In order to activate the elevators or the lifts here, all we have to do is swat the fireworks on the sides, like so.
Whee! Fireworks!
And now we can drop down behind the flashlight guard. And murder him. There we go.
Woohoo!
Remember though, Sly is just a thief. That's all they are. They're honorable thieves. They totally did not... No. They did not use a futuristic turret gun to incinerate like 50 people 10 minutes ago. How dare you? That's not what they do. Cooper Gang is kind of like the A-Team in that half the things they do should result in multiple fatalities, but none of it ever does. Not ever. More Kunoichi. Down. How many... Okay, we're 2 clues short, so we've got to swing our way across the underside of this bridge. Fancy. And then just do a little tiny bit of platforming here, and I do believe we'll be done. Oh wait, we've got a laser grid. Everybody loves a good laser grid. I actually really do. I think these are simple but fun little, navigational challenges. Okay, where's our last clues at? Oh lord, don't tell me I missed 2 much earlier on in the stage. Oh, yikes. That'd suck. Okay, let's think. Maybe, no, not down there. That area is entirely untextured, so that wouldn't be it. Huh. Okay, let's think. What are we missing? What are we missing? Maybe something up here at or near the uppermost reaches? No. Oh, I'm gonna have to run through the whole thing over again, ain't I? That's alright, that's alright. We've already cleared out the enemies, so however long this takes, it's going to be much faster. Wait, we're gonna have to get a bit creative to get back near the entrance. Wait, we could creep along there? No bottles or anything, of course. Alright. Oh no, 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 no. Sorry for the tedium here, y'all, but I am dedicated to getting all of those vaults open. ASAP. Are we really gonna have to run the stage again? Hey. If there's no way around, then yes. Alright, well that'll be the first time we... Oh, shoot. Ever need to go all the way through a stage twice in the playthrough, which I'm pretty happy about. Probably missed a vault somewhere in the temple itself, if I had to wager. And yeah, there's no easy way back, so... Can't see anything. Alright, we'll just take it and come back immediately afterwards to run back through again, because I really, really, really want all of these abilities before we press too far in. Hold on. Alright. Back in we go. And again, this playthrough will not be showcasing many, if any, of the time trials. They're fun little things you can do for a couple extra, like, behind-the-scenes movies and completion percentages, but there's no, like, really new element to the gameplay that we could show off.
Yeah.
Perfectly fun for those who are inclined towards time trials and things like that, but not essential viewing for this playthrough. Alright, let's see. Where, oh where, could those spare clues be? Not here. Okay, we got those. Whoa. Certainly not here. Alright, alright. Oh, horseshoe just hanging out. I mean, sure. Yeah, fine, I'll take that. Why not? Ah, managed to take him out before he got a shot off. That's nice. And
Nice.
lucky, honestly. Alright, eyes peeled for vaults or bottles. Or vaults of bottles. Okay, yeah, it's gotta be in here then. We'll try to make our survey quite quick so that the enemy's constant chanting doesn't drive me mad. Okay, Now let's see. Nothing over here. We're over here. Yeah. What could it possibly be? We don't want to ride over there yet. Whoa. Oh no. Just fell back down here. Alright. That was not great. Alright, where could we be missing them? Have you seen anything, Seth? Nothing down here, right? Like before the access ramp. No. I don't see or hear any down on the ground floor. None behind the statue. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Okay. Nothing around the sides of the pillars. Nothing back near the entrance, right? No. Alright. Yeah, I don't see anything. Which is, in fact, the problem here. Let's just shimmy our way up here, though, and see what we can do. No vault. No. Did I miss them in the back half of the stage? That's all I can think now. Huh. I mean, I guess this must be it, right? Can we, like, jump down and in here? No, we cannot. Okay, that is not a maneuverable landing. Alright. Fair enough. Now that we can sneak right around this guard, we will do so. Now that we know we can, I should say. Come on now, think. What are we missing? What are we missing? Oh, almost thought I saw something down there. I did not. Hold on. Maybe there's a hidden platform or something over here? I wasn't expecting the clue bottles to start giving us grief now. They've generally been very easy to find throughout the game. No, nothing. Huh. Wait. Huh. Well, if I can't track these down, I may just have to wait until we unlock the Panda King's, info, add-on for the Binocucom in order to access these. Cause I'll look around the mountainside one more time, but I don't think we're gonna do it, family. Sorry about that. Nope, nothing over there. Huh. Well, kudos to the Sucker Punch team for hiding at least a couple of them really well. And I mean, probably in a very obvious place I won't be able to believe that I missed, but still. All the same, kudos.
Oh, I lost Potato.
Oh no, Tato.
Oh no. I think he went into the Damas channel. Yes, he did.
Expired too soon.
Yeah. The spud has rotten.
Should have listened when they told him don't fry too close to the sun. That has been the level of humor you can expect from me today. Thank you. All right, the unseen foe. This one, at the very least, we could definitely do. This is another like martial arts inspired Pagoda B&E stage. $30 clue bottles. All right, we can handle that.
This looks like a good place to try out your new invisibility
Yep.
move.
Now, if we didn't have the invisibility upgrade that allows us to move, we would have to go invisible while on the conveyor belts in order to be funneled past the guards.
Already see you, then the invisibility trick won't work on them.
There we go. No real threat from these guys at this point. Going to have to creep our way around that one, yep. Don't believe we can destroy those crates with cane swings either, so just have to leap over them. Here we've got a fairly interesting little laser gauntlet that we can't dodge. Save with the wonderful power, oh no, of invisibility. Which doesn't trigger these light-based traps either. Really is a fantastic little upgrade, even if it only gets situational use at the end of the game. Deity asks, wait, what happens if you don't get invisibility at all? That is impossible. You earn invisibility as one of 4 essential upgrades in the game after defeating Ms. Ruby. You get the Ninja Spire jump after defeating Raleigh, and the Rail Walk and Rail Slide after defeating Mugshot. And they function the same way. You will never be, like soft-locked out of progression if you fail to get upgrade X or upgrade Y. Like out of vaults, I mean, sorry. Alright, now hopefully the old clue bottle should be a little kinder to us this time. Got 21 to track down. Now we're nearing another extra life. That'll be nice. Just one more to add to the pile. Ah, but here we have a conveyor belt actively working against us. Just barely beat him to the punch, but we did, and that's all that matters. More clue bottles? Yes, clue bottles in the galleries. Clue bottles aplenty. Enough to get us up to halfway? Maybe? No. One short. Alright. I'm anticipating lots of vaults here, though. Alright, so there's our treasure key right on the other side of this fairly sturdy-looking gate. So we'll need to find a way to break into the pagoda. Which, honestly, shouldn't be too tough, if I recall. Poor Panda King's guards, they're just useless. Oh wait, some of these smaller fireworks that we can swap for coins. They only give you 1 coin apiece, but I mean, it's a nice bit of aesthetic theming for the chapter. I like that. And we can just creep right through that guard's flashlight radius while invisible if need be. Goodbye. Alright. Not how we're intended to do this, but hey, what good are your upgrades if you're never going to use them? Alright, 20 out of 30. That's looking pretty good. Just 10 more and we'll have access to our next upgrade, which will hopefully be the Panda King's dossier. Nothing up here. Like, wow, nothing at all. Oh, there's some glue bottles. Okay, looks like, yeah, we have a way to come back later after navigating through the next floor of the storage facility. Let's disable the lasers. Ah! Oh no! Let's disable the lasers before getting scorched, and also before grabbing our clue bottles. It looks like, save for those 2 on the pagoda, they might... No, we're missing 1. Or there's 1 we haven't located yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe it's also on the tower. Fingers crossed. Down she goes. Alright, One more. Fingers crossed. This is gonna be it. Somewhere up here. Yes, yes, yes. Up here, up here, up here with the vault, maybe? Yes, at the very top of the pagoda. Excellent. Excellent! Ah, but we can't do a ninja spire jump there, so we just gotta grab it. Alright.
Press the circle to enter the vault code. It was a challenge, but this vault's combination has got to be 667.
667. Alright. The number of the devil's next door neighbor. How often do you think their mail gets confused?
Probably too often. That's why he turned into the devil.
He just got too many really, really creepy things in the mail, like his neighbor's messed up. Now we no longer take damage from bottomless pits. Aside from direct combat damage, we are effectively invincible now. Bow down. Now all we have to do is drop straight through the pagoda from this upper entrance. Much as we did the Interpol HQ infiltration at the start of the game. Only difference is the lasers here are ranged in a slightly more difficult pattern. Very slightly more difficult. There's really not much to this at all. It's a set piece. Be it a pretty damn nice one. So first things first, yeah, let's... Ooh. Go, go, go. There we go. Smash the alarm, then the jewel case.
And the like button.
Hey,
Hi,
Eclipse. Welcome to the stream, man. How you doing? Welcome to probably the last hour of Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. We're almost there. Almost there.
Almost.
Now, while I continue to sulk about missing 2 clue bottles in Flaming Temple of Flame for the moment, let's unlock some fireworks and cause a little bit of havoc in order to make ourselves feel better. Yep, that's how fireworks work, alright. Now here, in the second half of the Panda King's compound, we'll have access to a couple more mini-games, and I want to say one more platforming stage. Yeah, one more. But it says, never really knew of Sly Cooper when I was younger. Looks cool. Oh yeah, man, this is one of my favorite properties of all time. I'm so happy I get to share it with all of you. It's a really poppy, stylish action platformer series with heavy influences from 70s and 80s espionage and heist films, and comic books. In fact, I remember very clearly when I was a kid, remember when we were younger and strategy guides were a thing? You would always get them, not for the actual strategies, but because they served as more like a combination art book, behind-the-scenes, like little documentary, like they'd include all these other cool features. Like a companion piece, right? Mm-hmm. The Sly Cooper 2 strategy guide, published in the US by Brady Games, I think, stood out to me so much. Games? Yeah. Because it was a graphic novel. Like, the entire walkthrough, 98% of the guide was in the form of, like, screenshots from the game arranged into comic panel style with, like, the characters narrating their actions. It was really cool. It says strategy guides are basically cool collectibles. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's time for the game's second and final race. Murray versus a bunch of the Panda King's guards. Didn't really like the first one, even though it wasn't that hard. Same deal here. Except, all of these guards are driving cars with identical models.
So I hurry over here, and then all of a sudden, monkeys are everywhere, bugging me to race them 3 times around this track for a key.
We could use the key. Think you could take them?
Come on, Sly, they're a pack of monkeys. How can I lose?
All right, remember, Steer with the left stick and press square to use any nitro boosts you collect. Keep clear of those icy patches.
Alright, let's do this thing.
Thanks for the advice, Sly, but trust me, I got this under control.
And as Sly said, the ice can be problematic, but other than that, this is largely identical to the first race and how it plays out. The course is a little bit more daunting as well, like ice aside. Let's try to be smart as we take these corners. Oh, look, the AI is trying to avoid the ice as well. That's kind of nice.
If you can get your hands on strategy guys nowadays, they are really valuable.
Yeah, because a lot of them that are actually physically produced anymore are done so with the express intent of being a collectible.
Yeah.
With even more of a focus on, like, you know, glossy materials and incorporating lots of art and things like that. Which I approve of.
Now.
Always breaking something, huh?
Yeah.
Oh god, will we be able to overtake them? I do not know. Probably not with that last icy patch, unfortunately. Yep, we're gonna have to try again. Dang it. That's alright, that's alright.
Those stupid monkeys! They got lucky and beat me!
They actually did get lucky.
Used to driving on the wrong side of the road.
Wrong side of the... Just get the key, Murray.
Yep, we'll try again. No big deal. This will also be the last key we get with Murray. Gotta give props to the little big guy for getting so far out of his comfort zone and helping us secure a few of these. Yeah, this time let's try building up some nitro. This will allow us, yeah, pretty easily propel ourselves into second, hopefully. Yep. That sure will do it. There we go, get some air. Now that we've got like a lap and a half to catch the first place driver, I'm pretty sure we will.
I unfortunately have to dip out now.
Alright, Zeph, well in that case we'll probably make it to the end of the Panda King's compound and then call it for tonight.
Good night, all.
Thank you so much for joining us, Zeph. Take care now. Have a great day tomorrow.
You too, bye.
Bye-bye. Alright, neck and neck, but I think we can get this. There we go, jostle them a little bit, that never hurts. Especially since the Cooper van is much bulkier than any of the vehicles it has to race against, meaning it's able to bully the guards off the track quite easily.
Nice driving, Murray. Now, go get that key.
There we go, that'll be key number 5, yeah. There's only 2 more vault upgrades for us to collect in the entire game as well. One of them in the last platforming stage in the chapter, and then one back at the Flaming Temple. These hub worlds are small and kind of utilitarian, but they really do a solid job at A, thematically presenting each stage or its major gimmick in an aesthetic manner, and B, fleshing out the environment, the hideout that each chapter is set in. Good stuff. So yes, our next stage is a second turret gun stage, or turret skiff stage. And this one's even better. We're going to be riding through and hopefully destroying one of the Panda King's firework manufactories.
This vehicle is
Yes, Bentley, it is. And in fact, the gameplay here is virtually identical as well. Except this time we'll be fighting nunchuck-wielding monkeys being spawned from trapdoors instead of voodoo jam ghosts spawning from obelisks. So even though mechanically it's largely the same, it just goes to show you how fresh a concept can feel with just a little bit of aesthetic paint. Also, these conveyors are somehow able to push... Oh, hold on.
Attention, valued employee. It has come to my attention that a thief is loose somewhere inside the firework production facility. Please do your part to pitch in by killing this intruder on sight. Thank you, that is all.
Yeah, so notice that the Panda King's English was much better there than it was in his first announcement. So they just give him this uncomfortable, kind of sort of racist, broken English for his very first announcement in the game, and then again before his boss battle, as you'll see. But other than that, it's normal, it's fine. Just, it's so weird. Clip says nunchuck-wielding monkeys, huh? Great. Or neat. Yeah. A lot of the enemy designs in this series, along with especially the environmental designs, are really inspired. Like, they look fantastic. They're really kind of visually rich when we're talking about, like, color and really strong, bold angles, curves. Everything looks very lively and cartoonish. Now I think we're going to be up against the large apes rolling the smaller monkeys at us in the form of snowballs. Yep. They've got nothing on us, though. And just like the skeletal tortoises from Ms. Ruby's stage, they will cower if we happen to reach them, allowing us to just polish them off. No muss, no fuss. That also applies to occasions where we encounter them. Oh, yikes. On foot. Alright, there's our key. All we have to do is destroy the monument supporting it, and we will be done here. Giving us access to the very last normal platforming stage of the entire game. Okay, our last stage should be right up there, okay. Well, I say standard platforming stage. This one has a little bit of a gimmick too, but it's one we've seen before. Duel by the Dragon. Oh, what a set piece that is. How many clue bottles we need? 40. Oh, yikes. Don't think we've even seen one of those poor guys get an attack off all chapter. This stage is extremely firework heavy, which is a good thing in my book. And yeah, Carmelita's back.
Shut up, Ringtail. I don't know what you're doing here in China, but I'm sure it can't be good for whoever owns this place.
You must only have eyes for me if you're too blind to see what's going on around here.
All I see is a pathetic thief who's escaped justice for far too long.
I'm proud to be a thief, especially when I'm stealing from a vicious extortionist like the Panda King. Open your eyes, detective. These quaint temples are a front for an illegal explosives factory.
Don't try to confuse the issue. You criminals are all the same, and none of you can escape justice.
Yeah, so she's just going to, try to murder us while, oh! Did not mean to press that, yikes. While the Panda King, as we saw, murdered an entire village's worth of people to test one of his weapons as we approached his compound. And presumably she would have seen that as well. Yep. No, that's fine. That's priorities right there. And as before, she's going to be destroying our cover and our platforms as we go, so we've got to be careful here. There we go. And she can also destroy platforms that will need to reach clue bottles, making us, or necessitating a second playthrough of the stage, so we kind of want to be careful here. Fortunately, her shots travel so slowly that we're never going to be in, like, mortal danger from them, unless I seriously botch our platforming, which, I mean, I might. You never know with me. Whoop. We'll need to hit both of the fireworks here. Hold on. 1, 2. There we go. That'll lower the arch, granting us passage. How many clue bottles we have? Over half. Nice. Alright, so she's gonna go silent for a bit, allowing us to gather more goodies in peace. Nice. And oh god, she's back. That did not last long. Oh no. Thank god these paper walls are so incredibly well treated that they're able to withstand rounds from a very, very unstable looking experimental shock pistol. Ah, clue bottles. Precious, precious clue bottles. Give them all to me. Yes! Only 4 more clue bottles to gather in the entire game, if you can believe it. Carmelita, please stop destroying my floor. I need that to panic about clue bottles. Which, as it happens, are right over here. One moment. Be right with you, ma'am. Okay. What was over here? Or, more to the point, where's the vault? Not over here, apparently. What was the purpose of the guard, then? He was just staring off into space. Maybe he could have clipped us out of the air if we had jumped a bit too high on approach to that little section of the platforming course? I don't know. Alright. Regardless, let's platform across these icicles quick as we can. But hey, guess what? Carmelita cannot harm us by dropping us into pits anymore, because we are now invulnerable to falling damage. Now she's back to shooting it out from under our feet. Well,
Press the circle to enter the vault code.
this has got to be the Panda King's dossier. Come on.
Burst in my brain while figuring this out.
Oh, Bentley should be dead then.
3-1.
2, 3, 1. There we go.
You found the blueprints for the Panda King's lair.
There we go. That'll give us the locations of those last 2 clue bottles. Now let's use these fireworks to create a couple of footholds for ourselves. There we go. And now use a few more to clear the path to the treasure key and also rid ourselves of Carmelita for a little while.
Watch your back, Cooper. When you least expect it, I'll be there.
She's fine. No. Forget the fact that we're, like, at the top of the world. She's fine. She's fine. Totally unharmed. Alright, now all we have to do is go grab the vault and the Flaming Temple, and we will be set to take on the Panda King, which will conclude today's stream. Since I don't want to, especially since Seth is so eager to see the bits of the Sly series she hasn't before, do this without, like, my commentary panel here, or at least having the option to be present. Oh, wait, we can use the map to just fast travel there, right? Also, I'm sorry if you can hear the neighbor's dog. It's been barking nonstop for like the past half hour. Cliff says, it's fine. All's fine. Yeah, no, she cool, she cool. Let's see. What? They're over there? On the approach? I mean, alright. But, at the start of our next stream together, we are going to clear Sly 1, don't worry. As I said, the final chapter's a little different. It's quite short, and shouldn't take us any longer than, like, maybe 30 minutes. And we'll dive straight into Sly 2, Band of Thieves, which is, honestly, well, altogether, this franchise would constitute some of my favorite games of all time. But Sly 2 through 4, oh, baby, those are really good. Kind of groundbreaking in certain ways, actually. So where were those clue bottles? Don't tell me. No? Back over there. Okay. Is there a ledge or something? Oh my god, there's a ledge. There's a hidden niche. Oh! You know, those are very well hidden. Kudos to the devs. Again, like, they've not tripped me up for or previously in the playthrough, but those, really well hidden. Good stuff. Now let's just make our way to the vault and then get the hell out of here. Not exactly going to be using speedrun strats, but we will try to do this as quickly as humanly possible. The Panda King, interestingly enough, is the only boss in the game without any kind of unique mechanic. He is more or less just a straight-out slugfest. And a very, very easy one for this late in the game. Doesn't mean that he's not cool, like, aesthetically. He definitely is. But it's just going to be a very short, very simple fight. But I mean, I guess short, simple, and well-executed, even in the port, than, like, largely broken, as was Miss Ruby's fight in this version. Again, on the PS2 original release, where everything for her little rhythm game was perfectly synced, no issue. One of the easier bosses in the game. Here, as we saw, a little bit of an issue. Still didn't have that much trouble with it, which I was quite surprised by. Fortunately, they give you those visual indicators for attacks in the form of the voodoo sigils, so you can learn to time your presses roughly to the original tempo at which she cast them out, and set that to the visuals of the glyphs approaching you, instead of having to rely on the beat exclusively.
Unfortunately, this vault code appears to have been written in owl dialect. I won't be able to crack the code until we meet and defeat the bird who created it.
Oh! We can't open this vault until we beat the game. Okay. That's kinda strange. Don't remember that, but alright, fine. So, we know our last target's going to be an owl. Learning new things every day. Alright, let's get ready then and tackle the Panda King himself in the depths of his mountain dojo. He's got a gorgeous-looking hideout, that massive statue. Very ornate. And we'll be fighting him at the very top.
See that ring on the bundle of fireworks? Hook onto it with your cane to hitch your ride.
Trying to, Bentley. Oh, there we go. We have to ignite them first. Alright. Again, totally safe. Nothing wrong with this. And, yeah, sorry in advance, the Panda King does speak in kind of offensive, broken English at a couple points.
Kane of notorious Cooper thief clan. Have you come here for revenge? To steal back the previous Raccoonus?
That was my plan at first, but now I'm more interested in putting an end to your avalanche extortion racket.
Why should you care if I bury a few worthless village in snow? You are a thief, just like me.
No, that's only half right. I am a thief from a long line of master thieves, while you're just a frustrated firework artist turned homicidal pyromaniac.
Insolent giant. You shall pay dearly for your disrespect. Still, to honor your Cooper ancestry, I will send you to your doom with the beauty of my new firework technique, Flame Fu.
Again, that wasn't as bad as the first announcement, nowhere near. Okay, so here's how the fight works. The Panda King is just going to cartwheel around the arena, sending very inaccurate fireballs our way. Once we make our way up to his stage, he will alternate... Yes, he will alternate to a melee mode, where he will attack us with a moveset that over the course of the fight will expand to include 3 techniques. The Fiery Wheel, he's prepping here, a very simple short range or short radius AoE that we'll just need to jump over if we're in melee range. The Booming Chop, which requires us to sidle just a little bit to the side. Seriously, it hits a narrow area immediately in front of the Panda King. And the Palms of Thunder, which strike either side of the Panda King, and if we're wailing on him from the front, will be completely non-threatening. We can stand stock still and avoid them. Clip says this is Poe after he lost to Shin in Kung Fu Panda 2. I could see it. And so yeah, no real mechanics here. We just have to beat the hell out of him until he bounces us back down to the foot of the arena, and we begin again. Arena's gorgeous, as you would expect. Palms of Thunder is essentially just a series of free hits, in our benefit.
Fiery Wheel. Booming Chop.
It's technically a 5-phase fight, but the phases don't really differentiate whatsoever. After he knocks you back once, he'll start incorporating Palms of Thunder. Oh, did he somehow hit us? Huh, weird. And after knocking you down twice, he'll begin using Booming Chop. That's about it. I do like that there's lots of destructible terrain that he can shatter. And he's down. Yeah, really pathetically easy for this point in the game.
Is unparalleled.
Sly, I did a cross-analysis of the metal used in that
Thank you, Eclipse.
blasting vehicle, and it turns out it can only be found in one place. The Krakatoa volcano in Russia. That's got to be where we'll find the 5th member of the Fiendish Five. So get what you came for and let's get out of here.
Retrieving the Panda King section of the Thievius Raccoonus gave me a chance to learn about my technically minded ancestor, Otto Van Cooper. Not known for his physical dexterity, Otto relied on vehicles to aid him in his criminal endeavors. Armed with his designs, I was sure Murray would be able to make some cool modifications to the team van. A frustrated Inspector Fox, having missed me coming down the mountain, threw the Panda King in jail, thus putting an end to his avalanche protection services and ensuring the safety of mountain villages throughout China. My gang and I took a little time off and did some shopping in Hong Kong. Thoroughly relaxed, we headed home to plan our next move.
Yes, indeed. So, we now have only one destination left and a handful of lovely artifacts from the Panda King's domain on display.
Okay, partner, this is it! A trip to Clockwork's lair!
Oh, straight up told us the name of the final boss before we learn it in canon. Yeah, so at the start of our next stream, ladies and gentlemen, and this will take no time at all, we'll use our van's new modifications to infiltrate the Krakarov volcano in the Russian Federation and go, I guess, head to Talon with Clockwork, the mechanical genius who serves as ringleader of the Fiendish Five and actually killed Sly's father at the start of the game's narrative. This is a very unique chapter, as I've said, in that it's effectively linear. There's no vaults or clue bottles, and it's just one massive gauntlet of very mechanically distinct stages, one after the other, including one of the best platforming courses in the entire franchise, in my opinion. It's good stuff that shouldn't take too terribly long. So please join us next time as we tackle Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus' 5th and final episode, Cold Heart of Hate. And actually get settled into Sly 2, which I'm also super excited to share with you all. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined us this evening. It's been a real pleasure. A big thanks to our new followers, and, of course, to Seth the Overwitch and Comrade Potato for joining me on commentary. We'll see you in a few days, and until then, please don't hesitate to follow Seth and Potato as well, as they will be live, let me see. Potato will be live, finishing up Bloodborne's Chalice Dungeons, featuring myself, tomorrow, during our standard time slot, the same time I've been live today, and Seth will be live with a continuation of Banjo-Tooie on Tuesday. Until then, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you once again, and goodbye.